Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally, but what you do consistently. It's time to get it done. Action is the key to turning dreams into reality. Stop waiting, start doing. Are you ready to take control of your life and start making real progress? Right now, today, it's time to stop thinking about what you want and actually start going after it. We all have dreams, but it's easy to get lost in the noise, to put things off, and to let time slip away. You may have been waiting for the right moment, or maybe you've been telling yourself that you'll start tomorrow. But the truth is, tomorrow is never guaranteed. If you want to see real change in your life, it has to start right now. The time to get things done is today, not tomorrow, not next week. This video is for those of you who are tired of the waiting, tired of the excuses, and tired of the distractions. It's for those of you who are ready to stand up and take action. If you've ever felt like you were stuck or unsure of how to move forward, this is your chance to change that. Stick with me, because we're going to dive into how you can stop procrastinating, fight for your future, and start making things happen. You'll walk away with the tools and mindset you need to stop waiting and start getting things done. This is your moment. Now let's dive in. Number 1. Take full control of your day right now. You've been given today. Not just time, not just a calendar square, but a full opportunity to move forward. And the truth is, no one is coming to organize it for you. No one is going to hand you a perfectly structured day with all the energy, all the motivation, and no distractions. That's not how life works. If you want results, real results, you have to step in and take charge of it all. Most people live their day on autopilot. They wake up, and from that point on, they're reacting. Notifications, demands, moods, emails, noise, it pulls them in every direction. And by the end of the day, they wonder where all the time went. They wonder why they feel so drained. They wonder why they didn't make progress again. That's not how you build a strong life. That's not how you create real change. Taking full control of your day is a decision. It's not something that just happens when things feel right. You've got to be intentional. You've got to wake up with a sense of direction. And I'm not talking about trying to plan out every second. I'm talking about owning your actions, choosing where your time goes, and being honest about what's helping you grow and what's holding you back. The day belongs to the person who is ready to lead it, not just live through it. Start by understanding this. Energy follows clarity. When you're clear on what matters, your energy naturally goes to the right places. But if you roll into your day without a plan, you'll give your energy away to things that don't matter. You'll get pulled into conversations, distractions, tasks that look urgent but do nothing to move you forward. That's why the most powerful people you know aren't just hard workers. They're focused. They know what they want from the day before it even starts. And they don't give their time to things that pull them off track. You have to stop leaving your focus to chance. Every morning, ask yourself one thing. Asterisk what matters most today. Not what feels comfortable. Not what others expect. What truly matters. Then make that your first action. Don't wait until the evening to do the important things. Don't put off progress until later, because later turns into never. You need to attack your priorities early, while your mind is fresh and your will is strong. And no, this doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Perfection isn't the goal. Progress is. You don't need to have a flawless schedule or a beautiful planner. You just need to be honest about what moves the needle in your life and commit to doing it. Even when it's hard. You won't feel like doing it every day. That's normal. But feelings aren't facts. If you let your emotions control your schedule, you'll always stay stuck. Taking full control of your day means you move with commitment, not comfort. It means showing up when no one's clapping. It means doing the work when there's no reward yet. That's where strength is built. That's where growth starts. When you begin choosing how your day unfolds, you take your power back. You're no longer at the mercy of distractions. You stop blaming time. You stop blaming people. You stop blaming your past. You realize you don't need anyone to fix your life. You just need to take action. Right now, today, with what you've got. And maybe you're tired. Maybe you're overwhelmed. That's real. I get it. But even in the middle of that, you still have choices. You can still choose to shut off the noise. You can still choose to say no to what drains you. You can still choose to do the hard thing before the easy one. Those choices, they stack up. And before you know it, they've changed your entire life. You don't get stronger by thinking about change. You get stronger by making real decisions that reflect who you want to become. If you keep waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect day, the perfect wave of motivation, you'll keep waiting. The truth is, those moments are rare. And that's why the people who win don't wait. They build systems. They create structure. They plan their day the night before. They decide ahead of time what matters. And then they stick to it, even when it's boring. Even when it's inconvenient. Even when no one else is doing it. That's the mindset you need. You need to stop treating your day like a random event and start treating it like a mission to grow, a mission to lead, a mission to improve who you are. And if you mess up, start over. Don't wait for next week. Don't spiral. Fix it fast. One decision can bring you back. One good hour can turn your entire day around. You've got more power than you think. You can train your mind. You can reshape your habits. You can take full ownership of the hours you're given. But it has to be a deliberate choice. You can't halfway commit to this. You either run the day or the day runs you. There is no in between. Look around you. Everyone's busy. Everyone has a schedule. But not everyone is effective. Not everyone is intentional. If you want a different life, you've got to live differently. You've got to act differently. You've got to show up in a way most people aren't willing to. There's no magic to it. It's not about waking up at 4 a.m. if you don't need to. It's about using the hours you do have with purpose. Maybe that means blocking off time to finish something important. Maybe that means turning off your phone. Maybe that means protecting your mornings so you can think clearly. The exact steps don't matter as much as the decision to lead your time, not follow it. Time is the most valuable thing you've got. You can't get it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. And that reality should push you to act. Because one wasted day turns into weeks. Weeks turn into years. And before you know it, you're stuck with the regret of what you didn't do when you had the chance. So don't wait for a better mood. Don't wait for the perfect timing. Don't wait for someone to rescue you from your own choices. You've got this day. You've got this chance. Right here. Right now. Do the things that matter. Say no to the things that don't. Own your actions. Guard your focus. Build discipline. Show up for yourself like your future depends on it. Because it does. It's time to stop drifting through your days. It's time to stop letting life happen to you. It's time to get clear. Get focused. Get strong. Number 2. Stop waiting and start doing what matters most. There comes a point in every person's life when they have to be brutally honest with themselves. And that point is now, not tomorrow, not next week. Right now, because the truth is, too many people are waiting. They're waiting for clarity, waiting for inspiration, waiting for the right conditions, waiting for someone else to believe in them before they believe in themselves. But waiting doesn't move you forward. Waiting keeps you in the same place, and deep down you know it. You can feel it. The days pass, the chances fade, and nothing changes. Not because you can't, but because you haven't started. The clock isn't waiting, the world isn't pausing, and life won't knock again and again just to get your attention. If there's something inside you that matters, something real, then the time to act on it is right now. Not when you feel ready, not when you feel confident, not when the stars line up. Now, you already know what needs to be done. It's not some big mystery. You've thought about it, you've imagined it, you've dreamed about it, you've written it down, you've talked about it, and yet, for some reason, you haven't started. Or maybe you started and stopped. But either way, you've been stuck in that place between knowing and doing, and that's the hardest place to be. Knowing what matters and not doing anything about it. Because it creates a gap inside you, a kind of tension that doesn't go away. It follows you through your day. It lingers at night. It shows up in conversations. It eats at your confidence. It makes you question who you are. But it doesn't have to stay that way. You don't need a new version of yourself to begin. You don't need a better situation. You need to act. You need to stop waiting and start doing what matters most. It starts with a real decision. Not a wish. Not a maybe. A clear decision. One that says, enough is enough. I will no longer sit on the sidelines of my own life. Because that's what waiting does. It turns you into a spectator. You watch other people make progress. You watch other people create change. And all the while, your own life stands still. The work you keep avoiding, that's the work that matters most. The thing that scares you, that's the thing you need to face. The habit you've been meaning to start, that's the beginning of your momentum. But none of it happens if you stay in the mindset of someday. You have to drop that word from your vocabulary. Because someday never shows up. The only time you ever truly have is now. And yes, starting can feel overwhelming, especially when the goal is big or the path isn't clear. But starting isn't about doing everything at once. It's about doing something meaningful, something with weight, something that pushes you forward, even by an inch. You'll never know how far you can go if you don't start walking. And you'll never become who you're meant to be if you keep delaying the steps that lead you there. You've already lost enough time. And that's not meant to make you feel bad. It's meant to wake you up. Because the more you wait, the heavier it gets. The more you delay, the harder it becomes to move. People often say they're waiting for the right moment. But the right moment doesn't just show up with flashing lights. You create it by moving, by starting, by saying, I don't have all the answers, but I'm going anyway. That's what courage looks like. Not fearlessness. Movement in spite of fear. You don't need perfection. You need direction. One step, one task, one commitment. That's where change begins. That's how progress starts. And the moment you do that one thing, something shifts inside you. You feel alive. You feel focused. You feel capable. Because doing what matters changes the way you see yourself. You're no longer just someone with potential. You're someone who is living it. You're no longer just someone with goals. You're someone working toward them. And that shift, that's what builds identity. That's what builds belief. And belief is what carries you through the tough parts. Don't get stuck in analysis. Don't get lost in research. Don't fall into the trap of endless planning. At some point you have to move. You have to do the thing. You have to close the gap between your intentions and your actions. And when you do, everything starts to align. You'll find more clarity by doing than you ever will by thinking. You'll discover more strength through effort than through waiting. And you'll build more confidence by keeping promises to yourself than by hoping things work out. This isn't about rushing. It's about starting. And starting now, not tomorrow morning, not after the weekend. Now while the desire is still in you, while the voice inside you is still speaking. Because the longer you wait, the quieter that voice becomes. You've got to protect your drive. Protect your ambition. Protect your time. Not every distraction deserves your attention. Not every opinion deserves your energy. You've got work to do, and it's work that matters. It's work that leads to a life you can be proud of. You don't get that life by accident. You get it through daily action. Through saying no to excuses. Through showing up when it's not convenient. Through doing the hard things even when no one is watching. That's how you build a life that matters. And here's the truth. No one is going to do it for you. The world doesn't owe you motivation. People are not responsible for pushing you. You are responsible. You are the one who has to take the step. No matter how small, no matter how scared, no matter how uncertain. It doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be perfect. But it has to be real. It has to be you saying, I'm done waiting. I'm done holding back. I'm done living below my potential. Because once you say that and it, everything changes. From this moment forward, no more waiting, no more delays, no more putting off what matters. You know what you need to do. You know what's important. And you know it's time. Number 3. Push through discomfort and finish what you started. Discomfort is part of every path worth walking. It's the place where growth happens, but most people turn around the second they feel it. They stop. They slow down. They start questioning everything. And that's why they stay stuck. Not because they lack talent, Not because they don't have potential, but because they've trained themselves to stop when it hurts. But if you want to win, if you want to build something real, you've got to push through it. You've got to finish what you started, even when it gets heavy, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you'd rather quit. You started for a reason. You had a vision. You felt something inside you that said, this matters. But the moment it got hard, that fire started to fade. Not because it wasn't real, but because you stopped feeding it. And the only way to get it back is to lean in, face the resistance, do the thing anyway. Nobody finishes anything worthwhile by feeling good the whole way through. At some point, you'll feel tired. At some point, doubt will creep in. At some point, you'll wonder if it's even worth it. And that's the moment where most people walk away. But that's also the moment where winners are made. See, when you finish something, you become someone different. You prove to yourself that you don't back down. You learn how to carry pressure. You build a kind of mental toughness that doesn't get shaken every time things get rough. But if you keep stopping at discomfort, you'll never know how far you can go. You'll always wonder what could have happened if you just kept going a little longer. That unfinished goal, that incomplete task, it lingers. It follows you. And deep down, it eats at your self-trust. You don't need another restart. You don't need a fresh plan. You need to get back to work and finish what you began. Not for applause, not for anyone else's approval, but for your own strength, for your own confidence, for the part of you that's tired of starting over again and again, because every time you quit, you train your mind to expect failure. You send a signal that says, we don't finish things around here. And the next time you start something, your brain will remember that. But if you stick it out, if you push through that pain, you send a different message. No matter how it feels, I follow through. Discomfort isn't a sign to stop. It's a signal that you're moving beyond your limits. That's where the edge is. That's where people grow. When your muscles burn, that's when they build. When your focus is tested, that's when it sharpens. When your willpower feels thin, that's when discipline takes over. But you have to stop giving yourself an easy exit. You have to stop giving your emotions the final say. Just because you feel frustrated doesn't mean it's time to pause. Just because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean it's wrong. It means you're doing something that challenges you, and that's a good thing. You've made it this far already. You've put in effort. You've spent your time. You've sacrificed something. Don't let that go to waste just because the last stretch is hard. The last part is supposed to be hard. That's why most people don't finish. That's why completion feels powerful, because it takes grit. Grit is built by doing the uncomfortable thing over and over until it becomes part of who you are. Not once, not twice, over and over. You don't build resilience by thinking about toughness. You build it by getting through the moments when quitting feels easier. And the more you do it, the more you learn that pain passes. Discomfort fades. But the satisfaction of finishing, that sticks with you. You walk differently when you know you've completed something you used to avoid. You speak differently when you know you pushed through what others wouldn't. Right now, there's something in your life that you haven't finished. Maybe it's been sitting there for days, maybe for months. You think about it, you avoid it, and you promise yourself you'll get to it soon. But that unfinished task, that's a weight you don't need to carry anymore. You can lift it by finishing it, not by talking about it, not by rescheduling it, by doing it. And it might take focus, it might take time, but it'll give you something in return, momentum, because finishing gives you energy. It restores trust. It reminds you that you're capable of completing what you set out to do. That's where confidence comes from, not from hype, not from motivation videos, from action, from results. From knowing you didn't take the easy way out. You owe it to yourself to finish strong, to close the loop, to stop waiting for comfort, and start choosing commitment. Because when you see things through, you begin to believe in your own strength again. People who finish learn to respect their own time. They don't waste days circling around decisions. They don't build a habit of quitting halfway. They build a pattern of follow-through, and that pattern becomes part of their identity. If you want to change your life, Change what you do when things get hard. Push instead of pause. Lean in instead of checking out. Choose action when your mind says wait. And remember, nobody else can finish for you. Nobody else can do the reps. Nobody else can sit down and do the real work. That's your job. That's your challenge. And you are more than capable of doing it. So think about what you've started. Think about the reason it mattered to you in the first place. Then choose to finish it. Not because it's easy. Not because it's fun. But because finishing builds power. Because doing hard things makes you strong. Because pushing through discomfort creates something inside you that no one can take away. This is your time to rise. This is your time to prove to yourself that you won't back down. You've come too far to stop now. You've put in too much to walk away empty-handed. Finish what you started. Do the hard part. Face the discomfort. Push through the resistance. And when you get to the other side, you'll look back and realize it was never about the task. It was about becoming the kind of person who doesn't give up. Number 4. Wake up earlier and own your morning routine. The way you begin your day says everything about what you expect from your life. If you want structure, purpose, and energy, you need to create it. And that starts in the morning. Most people don't understand the power of their mornings. They treat it like an afterthought. They wake up late, they rush, they scroll, and then they wonder why they feel behind all day. You can't live a focused life with a chaotic start. The truth is, a strong morning gives you a strong foundation. It clears your mind. It sharpens your thinking. It puts you in control instead of leaving you reacting to everything around you. And one of the simplest but most powerful changes you can make is waking up earlier. Not just to be awake, but to be deliberate. To take the time to decide what kind of day you're going to have before anyone else gets a say. You don't wake up early for the sake of it. You do it to take command of your time and your choices before the world starts pulling you in every direction. This is about ownership. It's about saying, my time matters, and I will protect it. When you wake up earlier, you give yourself space to move with intention, and what you do in those first 60 minutes can decide how the rest of the day unfolds. You can either rush through your morning, or you can own it fully, clearly, intentionally. You don't need a complex routine. You need one that serves you, one that grounds you, one that wakes up your body, your focus, your sense of purpose. That might mean moving your body. It might mean writing. It might mean sitting in silence and thinking. It might mean planning your day with clarity. But whatever it looks like, it has to belong to you, not your phone, not your notifications, not the noise around you. Most people start their day by reacting. They grab their phone, check the news, scroll through nonsense, and throw their attention all over the place. And from there, their mind never really settles. They just carry that mental clutter with them all day long. But when you wake up earlier and use that time to set your mind, everything shifts. You walk into the day already centered, already clear, already 2 steps ahead. And it doesn't just change how you feel. It changes what you do. You make better decisions. You stay on track. You don't get knocked around by distractions. And when something unexpected happens, you're grounded enough to respond, not just react, but to own your morning. You have to take responsibility for the night before. You can't stay up late every night wasting hours and expect to rise with discipline. Getting up earlier starts with making better choices in the evening. Shut off the noise, shut down the distractions. Prioritize rest, because a clear mind starts with a rested body. And when that alarm goes off, get up. Don't hit snooze. Don't negotiate with your comfort. Get up, stand up, and start the process. That single decision over time builds confidence. You teach yourself that you follow through. You train your brain to move toward action, not delay. And no, it's not always easy. Some mornings are harder than others. Some days your body feels heavy. Your motivation feels low. But that's exactly why discipline matters. Because motivation isn't reliable. But your decision to take control, that day can be consistent. The people who create real change in their lives are not waiting for comfort. They're creating systems that support progress. And a strong morning routine is one of the most effective systems you can build. It's not just about getting more done. It's about becoming more prepared more intentional more focused Imagine how much better you'd feel if you started your day with clarity instead of confusion. Imagine what would happen if you stopped letting the day dictate your mindset and you started setting it yourself. That's what waking up earlier gives you. It's not about being busy. It's about being in charge. When you control your mornings, you start to believe that you can control other parts of your life too. You develop a sense of personal leadership. You stop waiting for permission to change. You stop relying on your environment to push you. You take initiative. You become proactive instead of reactive. And this internal shift is what transforms your entire day. You don't drift. You drive. You don't wait for urgency. You move with purpose. You've already trained your mind to start strong, and that carries into your work, your goals, your conversations, your energy. This isn't just about success. This is about your standard. You have to raise the standard for how you start each day. No more dragging through the morning. No more waiting until noon to feel focused. No more starting behind. Get up and get ahead. Because that window in the early hours, that quiet space, is where serious people separate themselves. That's where winners live. That's where clarity is built. That's where momentum begins. And it belongs to you if you decide to claim it. If you want to change your life, start with the first hour of your day. Create structure. Add purpose. Cut out the noise. Do things that challenge you. Do things that energize you. And protect that time like it matters. Because it does. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your habits. And a powerful morning routine is a habit that builds strength over time. It makes you sharper. It makes you more resilient. It makes you more focused. And every single day you follow through, you reinforce belief in yourself. Waking up earlier is one of the simplest but most powerful ways to show yourself that you are serious. Serious about growth. Serious about goals. Serious about your life. It's not about being perfect. It's about being Verity. Every single morning. So take control of your morning. Own that first hour. Build a rhythm that serves your mission. Step away from comfort. And step into discipline. Because discipline is what sets you free. And the way you start your day is the first step toward becoming the kind of person who doesn't wait around. You lead. This is your time. You don't need more hours. You need more focus. You need structure. You need energy. And it all starts before the world wakes up. So start tomorrow differently. Start earlier. Start stronger. Start on purpose. And then do it again. Day after day. Number 5. Cut every excuse and do the real work. Excuses are the small lies we tell ourselves to avoid the truth. They're clever. They're comfortable. They sound reasonable, but they rob us of progress. Every time you make an excuse, you delay your own growth. You talk yourself out of the work that would make your life better. You trade real action for temporary relief, and the hard truth is, excuses never build anything. Not a business, not a strong body, not confidence, not discipline. Nothing meaningful has ever come from the words, "I'll do it later," or "I'm just not ready yet." You're not falling behind because of lack of talent. You're falling behind because of hesitation and avoidance. And the only way to move forward is to cut the excuses and do the real work. What's the real work? It's the work that matters. The work that moves your life forward. The work that requires consistency, focus, and effort, even when you don't feel like it. It's not always exciting. It's not always fun. But it's always necessary, and you know exactly what that work is for you. You don't need someone to remind you. It's the thing you keep putting off. The thing that lingers in your mind. The thing that would make a real difference if you stopped avoiding it and started doing it. That's the real work. That's the work that changes people. But here's the problem. We've all become masters of distraction. We convince ourselves we're being productive while doing everything except the thing that matters. We clean up. We reorganize. We watch motivational videos. We scroll for ideas. But deep down, we know we're running from the one thing we need to face. And what's stopping us isn't the work itself. It's fear. It's doubt. It's the mental game we play with ourselves. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if it doesn't work? But those questions don't protect you. They trap you. And the longer you entertain them, the longer you stay stuck. There's only one way to break out of that cycle. You stop talking. You stop waiting. You stop negotiating with your feelings. And you start working. Not tomorrow. Not when it's easier. Right now. That's how you get momentum. That's how you rebuild belief. By showing up, even when it's uncomfortable. And I'll tell you this, every excuse you hold on to is costing you. It's costing you time. It's costing you energy. It's costing you opportunities. While you're explaining why you can't, someone else is already halfway through what you keep postponing. Not because they're more gifted, but because they decided to show up. Showing up is everything. You don't have to feel ready. You don't have to feel inspired. You just have to decide that your future matters more than your comfort. That your purpose matters more than your feelings. That progress matters more than your pride. Because doing the real work is how you build trust with yourself. Every time you follow through, you send a message to your mind. We do what we say, and that message compounds. It grows. And soon, you start believing in your own ability again. Not because of hype, but because of results. You're not going to think your way into a new life. You're going to work your way into it. You're going to face the things you've been avoiding. You're going to stop making excuses for why you're stuck. And you're going to take ownership of your next step. That's where freedom comes from. Not from comfort. Not from ease. From responsibility. From facing the hard truth that you are the one in control. No one else is coming to rescue you. No one else is going to carry your load. This is your life. This is your job. This is your time. And I know it's hard. The real work doesn't offer instant rewards. It requires patience. It tests your will. But it's also where all the growth happens. It's where you get stronger. It's where you build character. It's where your mindset shifts from hoping to earning. Every excuse is a delay. Every excuse is a distraction. And you have to make a decision. Do you want comfort now or results later? Because you can't have both. You either suffer the pain of discipline now, or live with the pain of regret later. And regret, that's the one pain that never really goes away. It lingers. It reminds you of what you could have done. What you should have done. And it's a heavy weight to carry. But you don't have to carry it. You can replace it with action. So cut the excuses. Cut the stories you've been telling yourself. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop trying to feel ready. Start where you are, with what you have. Right now, do the work that matters. Do the work that moves the needle. Do the work that makes you uncomfortable. Because that's the work that transforms you. Don't confuse movement with progress. Don't confuse effort with impact. Focus on what actually matters. Be honest with yourself. Ask what's the one thing I keep avoiding that would change everything if I just finished it. Then go do it. You're not stuck. You're not lost. You're not broken. You're distracted. You're hesitant. You're afraid. But you're also capable. You're stronger than you think. And it's time to prove that. Not with words but with action. And if you failed before, good. That means you tried. That means you cared. Now stand up and try again. But this time, without excuses. This time, with a clear mind. This time, with full effort. Your life is not going to change by accident. It's going to change because you did the work. You made the tough calls. You showed up when it was hard. You gave your full attention to the things that mattered. So stop saying maybe. Stop saying one day. Stop waiting for motivation. Start doing. Start deciding. Start pushing forward. With full intention. Because the gap between where you are and where you want to be is not filled with ideas. It's filled with action. The real work is waiting. And so is the real version of you. The one who finishes. The one who shows up. The one who doesn't run from the challenge. Number 6. Turn your goals into actions starting this moment. Goals are just thoughts until you act on them. You can think big, you can dream big, but if you don't move, if you don't start doing asterisk, they stay stuck in your head. Nothing changes when you write it down and walk away. Change happens when you get up and make a move, when you take the first step and keep going. Some people write goals for the whole year and then wait for the right moment, but there's no perfect time coming. The only time you have any real power is right now. This moment is all you control. And if you won't act on your goal today, then it's not really your goal, it's just a wish you keep postponing. You want to achieve something? Then get specific. Stop talking in circles. Don't say I want to be successful or I want to get better. Say exactly what you're going to do. Say when, say how. That clarity forces your brain to focus. It gives your energy direction. Vague goals lead to vague actions. Clear goals lead to real results. Now ask yourself, what's the next action? Not the final step, not the big leap, just the asterisk. Next asterisk, small specific thing you can do to move forward. That's how you break through resistance. That's how you avoid being overwhelmed. One clear step, taken now. You don't need motivation to do that. You don't need to feel fired up or confident. What you need is the decision to stop waiting. What you need is the mindset that says, I don't need to be perfect. I just need to start. And don't fall into the trap of preparation without execution. You know the type, always reading, always researching, always planning, never starting. That's not progress. That's delay dressed up as productivity. Don't confuse motion with movement. Turning goals into actions is not about intensity. It's about consistency. A little progress made every single day adds up to a life that looks completely different in a few months. But you have to begin. You have to move from thought to behavior, from intention to execution. You've already spent enough time thinking. Now it's time to build, to practice, to commit. If your goal is to get fit, then get moving today. If your goal is to build a business, then start reaching out or writing or selling today. If your goal is to learn, then open the book today. Not tomorrow, today. And it's not just about checking off tasks. It's about building momentum. Action breeds clarity. Once you start, things that felt confusing start to make sense. Once you try, you start to figure out what works and what doesn't. But you can't learn that by sitting still. You've probably already told yourself, this goal matters. You've told your friends. You've written it in your journal. But now you have to prove it. Not with your words, but with your actions. Show yourself that you're serious. If you want to believe in yourself, do the thing you said you would do. Follow through. It doesn't have to be huge. It just has to be real. You're not waiting for your whole life to change overnight. You're building a new standard for how you show up. Every action you take is casting a vote for the kind of person you want to become. If you want to be disciplined, then act with discipline now. If you want to be focused, then start with focused work now. Don't wait for the right identity to show up. Build it by doing the right things. And don't let fear hold the pen. A lot of people delay action because they're scared. Scared of looking bad. Scared of failing. Scared of not being good enough. But fear doesn't get to decide what you do. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the choice to move anyway. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need a 10-step plan. You just need to begin. Trust that your actions will teach you. Trust that you'll figure it out along the way. Most people wait until they feel ready. The truth is, you get ready by doing . So right now, ask yourself, what are your top 3 goals? Now pick one. And ask, what is one clear thing I can do today to get closer to this? Not think about. Not talk about. Do. Write it down. Set a timer. Get up and do it. That's the formula. That's the difference between the people who get results and the people who stay stuck. Action is what builds belief. Action is what builds momentum. And action is always available to you. And when you act, take it seriously. Be where your feet are. If you're working work . Don't drift. Don't dabble. Give your full focus to what's in front of you. 5 minutes of full effort is better than an hour of distracted noise. Start now. Not later. Not tomorrow. Not after one more video or one more plan. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. You won't feel ready. You won't feel perfect. But starting now gives you something more valuable than comfort. It gives you movement. And movement is life. The more you act, the more alive you feel. You stop waiting for the right feeling. You create it. Through action. Through effort. Through results. Look, every day you delay, your confidence takes a hit. Your goal fades. You lose energy. But every day you move. Even a little. You build something inside. You build proof. You build discipline. You build momentum that no one can take from you. You already have the goal. Now build the habit. You already have the desire. Now build the system. You already know what needs to be done. Now prove you're the one who will do it. This isn't about being the fastest. It's not about being the most talented. It's about being the one who moves. The one who takes the first step. The one who shows up on the hard days. The one who stops waiting and starts living. So don't carry your goals around like a trophy. Use them as fuel. Turn them into actions. One by one. Day by day. Starting now. Not tomorrow. Now this is your life. No one's going to give it to you. You build it. You earn it. You shape it with every decision you make, and every action you take. And the time to start is always the same. Number 7. Choose discipline today and build real momentum fast. Discipline is not something you're born with. It's a decision. It's a daily commitment. It's the part of you that says, I do what needs to be done no matter how I feel. And if you want momentum, real momentum, not the kind that fades after a few days, then you need to choose discipline, starting today. Every goal you have is waiting behind a wall of resistance. That resistance doesn't care about your intentions or your plans. It only responds to action. Discipline is the force that breaks through it. When you stop negotiating with your emotions and commit to your responsibilities, you build a kind of strength that lasts. Now I want you to think about this clearly. You already know what needs to be done. The problem isn't knowledge. The problem is consistency. It's easy to get inspired for a day. It's easy to work hard for a week. But momentum is built by showing up again and again even when the excitement is gone. Discipline is the thing that shows up when motivation disappears. And that's exactly why it matters. Anyone can move when they feel good, but very few move when it's uncomfortable. When they're tired, when they're not in the mood. That's where the gap is created between people who succeed and people who stall. Momentum doesn't show up on day 1. It shows up on day 3, day 7, day 20. When you've been doing the work long enough that it starts pushing you forward instead of you having to push yourself. But you don't get there without discipline. And I want to be clear. Discipline is a choice you make every day. Not once. Not twice. Every single day. The moment your alarm goes off, it's a choice. The second you feel the urge to quit early, it's a choice. The moment you want to delay the hard work, it's a choice. You are not at the mercy of your feelings. You are in charge of what you do next. It starts the moment you stop lying to yourself. No more just this once. No more I'll do it later. No more I'll make up for it tomorrow. Those are patterns that keep you stuck. They steal your energy and destroy your belief. If you want to move fast and build momentum, you have to cut the noise and act on your commitments. When you say you'll do something, follow through. Even if it's small. Especially if it's small. That's how trust builds. And when you trust yourself to follow through, everything gets easier. You don't spend time debating with yourself. You just move. That's where speed comes from. Not from rushing, but from eliminating hesitation. And I'll tell you what happens when discipline becomes your standard. You stop falling apart when things get hard. You stop panicking when results take time. You stop craving shortcuts because you already know the path. You just walk it. You stay calm. You stay focused. You stay consistent. Discipline is not punishment. It's freedom. When you follow through on your responsibilities, you feel strong. You feel capable. You don't feel guilty about wasted time. You don't feel scattered. You don't feel like you're always catching up. You feel in control. And the truth is, Discipline is built in the moments nobody sees. It's not the big performances. It's not the big speeches. It's the quiet mornings, the late nights, the hours you spend alone choosing what's right over what's easy. That's where momentum is born. That's where your future is shaped. If you've been starting and stopping, if you've been wondering why you can't seem to get things moving, then this is your answer. You've been relying too much on how you feel, and not enough on what you you need to do. That has to change. So today, decide that you will choose discipline. Don't wait for your circumstances to improve. Don't wait for a perfect plan. Take one task and complete it. Fully. Completely. No skipping steps. No distractions. Then move to the next. Build the rhythm. That rhythm is the beginning of momentum. And if you fall off, don't spiral. Don't disappear for a week. Just get back to the basics. One disciplined day followed by another. You don't need perfection to win. You need persistence. You need structure. You need standards that don't lower just because the mood changed. Write down what you're going to do today. Be specific. Give it time. Schedule it. Then treat it like it matters. Because it does. That's your life you're building. That's your potential. You're either honoring or ignoring. Don't treat your goals like side projects. Give them the respect of your full attention. And if people around you don't get it, that's okay. Discipline is lonely sometimes. Most people want comfort. Most people want ease. But that's not what leads to pride. That's not what builds greatness. And that's not what you're here for. You're here to move, to grow, to do something meaningful with your time, to use every hour, every ounce of energy, to build something real. And real progress needs real effort. No shortcuts. No excuses. Discipline doesn't care about how long you've waited. It doesn't care about how hard it's been. It only responds to your decisions today. Right now. This moment. That's your chance to shift everything. That's your chance to build fast and strong and unstoppable momentum. So get honest. Get serious. Start small if you have to. But start asterisk. Get rid of distractions. Turn off the noise. Focus on what matters most. Take full responsibility. And move with purpose. Because if you want momentum, you don't get there by hoping. You get there by showing up, day after day with discipline. And the moment you choose that, everything begins to change. Not because the world changes, but because you do. You become the person who follows through. You become the person who doesn't quit. You become the person who builds fast and hard, and doesn't slow down when things get uncomfortable. That kind of power is earned. And it starts the moment you choose discipline over comfort. Number 8. Walk away from distractions and stay locked in. You're not falling behind because you're incapable. You're not losing time because you don't have what it takes. The real reason so many never finish what they start, never reach their full potential, is because they're constantly pulled away, pulled by distraction, pulled by noise, pulled by things that don't move them forward. Distraction is the silent killer of progress. It doesn't scream. It doesn't break things. It just slowly chips away at your time, your energy, your focus, one notification, one scroll, one conversation at a time, until the day ends, and you're left wondering where it went. You know what you need to do, but instead of doing it, you check your phone again. You browse, you click, you watch, you tell yourself you'll start in 5 minutes, then another 5. That pattern doesn't just cost you time, it costs you belief in yourself. Because deep down you know you're letting your potential slide, while distractions take the wheel. You can't build anything meaningful when your attention is scattered. Focus is not just about working harder. It's about choosing what not to give your attention to. If it's not moving you toward your purpose, it's pulling you away from it. There is no middle ground. Distraction is comfortable. It's easy. It gives your brain a break. But that comfort is a trap. The real work, the work that builds your life, your future, your self-respect happens in focus. That kind of work demands your full attention. It demands that you say no to things that don't serve you. You can't chase excellence and chase distractions at the same time. You have to pick one. And that decision is made moment by moment. You can't afford to keep drifting. You can't keep reacting to everything that calls for your attention. Your energy is limited. If you give it away too freely, you'll always feel drained and behind. So here's the question. What matters more to you? Feeling caught up on things that don't matter, or finally doing the work that gets you ahead in life? When you cut distractions, something powerful happens. Your mind gets quieter, your energy stops leaking, your direction becomes clear, and you begin to move. Not in a rush, not in panic, with purpose, with precision, with power. But you have to protect that focus. You have to treat it like it matters. You have to walk away from everything that steals it. That might mean turning off your phone. That might mean saying no to things that seem fun but pull you off track. That might mean telling people you're not available during your working hours. Not because you're being rude, because you're being responsible. You're building something. You're chasing something real. That deserves your full attention. If you let yourself be available to everything, you'll never fully show up for anything. Being locked in isn't about working non-stop. It's about being fully present in the task at hand. No drifting, no bouncing, just full focus. You'd be amazed at what you can get done in an hour if you protect your attention like it matters. Because it does. The hard truth is, most of us aren't too busy. We're too distracted. There's a difference. One leads to exhaustion. The other leads to excellence. You can stay busy all day and accomplish nothing meaningful. Or you can stay focused for a few hours and change everything. You don't need more time. You need fewer distractions. You need more discipline around what you say yes to. Because every yes to distraction is a no to your growth. So right now, make the decision to walk away. Not later. Not when it's convenient. Now look at what's pulling you away from the work that matters, and remove it. Be ruthless about it. Your dreams are worth more than background noise. Create an environment that supports your focus. Clear your space. Remove clutter. Eliminate digital noise. Decide when and where you'll work, and protect that space like it's sacred. Because in many ways it is. It's the space where your potential becomes reality. Train your mind to stay present. That's a skill. And like any skill, it gets sharper with practice. Every time you catch yourself drifting and bring yourself back, that's a win. That's progress. That's you becoming someone who doesn't let distractions run the show. The more you practice this, the stronger it gets. The easier it becomes to drop in and stay locked in. And that's where the real magic happens. That's where you start finishing projects. That's where you start showing up with excellence. That's where your work begins to stand out. You want to separate yourself from the rest. Don't just work harder. Work with deeper focus. While others are checking every message, you're locked in. While others are multitasking, you're mastering. That difference compounds fast. In weeks, in months, you become someone others look up to. Not because you're flashy, because you're reliable, because you deliver, because you've built a rhythm that isn't broken by noise. And here's something you need to know. Focus feels good. When you're truly locked in, you don't feel overwhelmed. You don't feel scattered. You feel grounded. You feel powerful. You feel in control. Distraction robs you of that. Focus gives it back. You don't owe your attention to every little thing. You owe it to your vision, to your values, to the work that reflects who you are and what you're building. Every time you stay locked in, you prove to yourself that you're serious about your future. So make that promise to yourself now. No more wasted hours. No more chasing every sound and screen. No more giving away your energy to things that don't build you. Walk away from distractions. Not because you have to. Because you asterisk. 1 asterisk. 2. Because your time matters. Because your potential is too valuable to be buried under noise. This is your moment to reclaim your focus. This is your moment to move without friction. This is your chance to rise above the chaos and get locked into the work that matters. You don't need to wait for clarity. You don't need to wait for perfect conditions. The power is already in your hands. Step into it. Stay locked in. Walk forward with focus. Number 9. Decide what you want and move with force. If you don't know what you want, how can you expect to get it? It's not about just wishing for something. It's about getting clear on your desires, your goals, and your purpose. But that clarity isn't enough. You need more than clarity. You need commitment. You need the force to move forward with intensity and purpose. You need to take your dreams and turn them into action, to stop waiting and start creating. The first step is deciding. Deciding what you truly want. No more second guessing. No more wondering, not what others think you should want, but what you truly want. This is about your life, your journey, your vision. Make a decision and don't look back. Commit fully to the outcome. There's no room for hesitation. There's no space for doubts. Once you've made that decision, you cannot let go. It has to be real to you. It has to mean something deep down in your core. This isn't about setting vague goals that you may or may not care about. This is about making a choice. A choice that fills you with conviction. A choice that excites you, scares you, and pushes you to become someone you've never been before. When you decide what you want, your life changes. You stop wandering and start walking with purpose. You stop waiting for opportunities to knock on your door, and you start going out and making them happen. After you've decided what you want, it's time to move. And I mean really move without hesitation, without fear of failure, without thinking too much about how. You move with force. You move with passion. You move with the understanding that this is the moment that counts. Every step you take forward brings you closer to the life you've envisioned. It's easy to stay comfortable in the planning phase. It's easy to stay in the thinking stage, but that's not where growth happens. You can plan all day long, but until you take action, your plans are just dreams. Don't sit back and wait for everything to line up perfectly. There is no perfect time. There is no ideal circumstance. You create the ideal circumstances with your actions. When you decide what you want and move with force, everything else begins to fall into place. But moving with force doesn't mean rushing without direction. It means putting in the effort and consistency required to turn your decision into reality. It means committing to the work, even when it's uncomfortable, even when the road gets tough, even when it feels like the world is pushing against you. Force doesn't come from wishing. It comes from action. It comes from showing up every single day with the mindset that your dreams are possible and your effort is non-negotiable. When you move with force, you stop waiting for things to happen to you. You make them happen. You take responsibility for your success. You decide that nothing will stand in your way. Challenges become opportunities, setbacks become lessons, and obstacles become fuel for your drive. Your mindset shifts from "I hope this works" to "this is going to work and I'll make it happen no matter what." But moving with force also means staying focused on your end goal no matter the distractions. It means choosing what matters over what's easy. When you're moving with force, you become relentless. You don't let minor failures or distractions pull you away from what you want. You stay locked in, you stay persistent, and you stay relentless in your pursuit of your goals. You'll find that as you move with force, the world starts responding. Opportunities that seemed impossible become within reach. Your goals that once felt distant start to feel attainable. Your actions start to create momentum, and momentum is a powerful thing. It's what turns a small effort into massive results. It's what takes a dream and turns it into a reality. Now you might be wondering, how do I move with force? The first step is deciding. Then take immediate action. Don't wait for the perfect plan or perfect timing. Start now. Start where you are. Even if it's just one small step, that first step is the beginning of something massive. It might feel slow at first, but consistency is what will build the momentum you need. When you decide what you want, act like it's already yours. Move with the belief that your decision is your reality. The world moves to match the energy you put out. If you move like you're certain, like you're committed, the opportunities will show up. The people who can help you will appear. The resources you need will come. But don't mistake this for waiting for external things to change first. This is about you changing first. You changing your mindset, your actions, your habits. When you change, the world changes with you. The force you bring to the table will force everything around you to adapt to your will. And listen, it won't always be easy. There will be moments when you doubt yourself. There will be obstacles. There will be tough days. But that's part of it. Moving with force means moving through those tough times. It's not about waiting for the perfect conditions. It's about doing the work anyway. It's about being committed to the outcome and doing whatever it takes to get there. When you decide what you want and commit to moving with force, you start to build a momentum that no one can stop. It doesn't matter who doubts you. It doesn't matter who tries to discourage you. When you've made that decision, you become unstoppable. Every setback becomes a stepping stone. Every challenge becomes a test of your strength, and every failure becomes a lesson that gets you closer to where you want to be. In life, you're either moving forward with force or you're staying stuck. There's no in-between. You have to choose to act with intention. You have to choose to move, even when it's difficult, even when it's uncomfortable. If you want to achieve something great, you can't wait for permission, and you can't wait for the stars to align. You have to step up and make it happen. When you commit to your decision and act with force, you're no longer relying on motivation to get you through. Motivation is fleeting. Force is a lifestyle. It's the daily grind. It's the refusal to quit when things get tough. It's the resilience to push through when others would give up. It's the discipline to take action every day, even when you don't feel like it. So make that decision. Decide what you want and move with force. Don't hesitate. Don't overthink. Just act. The moment you do, you'll find a power within you that you never knew existed. And that power will drive you, lead you, and push you forward every single day until you achieve everything you've set your sights on. This is your time. No more waiting. No more doubting. Decide what you want and go after it with everything you've got. The world is waiting for you to step up and claim your place. Move with force. Let nothing stand in your way. Number 10. Stand up now and fight for your future. Your future isn't a given. It's not something that will just fall into place because you hope it will. The future is a fight. It's a struggle between where you are now and where you want to be, between your dreams and your reality. But here's the thing. You're in control of the fight. You are the one who gets to decide how hard you push, how far you're willing to go, and how much you're willing to sacrifice for the life you deserve. The truth is, you can sit back and let life happen to you, or you can stand up and fight for the future you want. But sitting back and waiting for something to change, that's not going to get you anywhere. You can't afford to wait any longer. The longer you delay taking action, the further away your dreams will drift. If you don't stand up now, you'll miss the opportunity to shape the future you deserve. You need to understand that every single decision you make today affects tomorrow. Every day you don't fight for your future is a day lost. Every minute you spend being passive is a minute wasted. And it doesn't matter how far you've fallen behind, you can always rise again. But you have to make that choice. You have to decide to stand up and fight for what's yours. Life is not a spectator sport. You can't just watch as others move forward. You can't just cheer for the people who are taking action. You need to step up to the plate and become the one who is making things happen. You need to be the person who shows up for their goals, their dreams, their future. Your future isn't something you should expect to be handed to you. You have to earn it. You have to fight for it every single day. No one else can do this for you. No one else can step into your life and live it the way you want to. No one else can fight your battles, pursue your dreams, or take control of your destiny. That responsibility is yours, and only yours. The question is, are you going to rise to the challenge? Are you going to get up and take charge of your life? Or are you going to let life pass you by? I know it's easy to get caught up in the distractions of today. The noise, the excuses, the distractions that keep you from doing the real work. It's so easy to let your attention wander to things that don't matter. To get stuck in a cycle of inaction because the road to success seems long and difficult. But let me tell you, every day you don't take action, you're giving up your future to something that doesn't deserve it. It's time to take back control. It's time to stop making excuses. It's time to stop telling yourself that you'll start tomorrow. Your future doesn't belong to tomorrow, it belongs to today. If you want to see change, you have to start right now. Right this minute, if you want to build a better life. If you want to achieve your dreams. If you want to create the future you've always imagined. You need to stand up and fight for it. Every time you make the decision to push forward, you get closer to your goal. Every action you take, no matter how small, is a step toward the life you want. Every sacrifice you make today, every challenge you face, is shaping your future. So ask yourself, are you doing enough to fight for it? Are you putting in the work today that will guarantee your success tomorrow? It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you don't have enough time, that you don't have enough resources, or that your goals are too big to reach. But these are just excuses. These are the lies we tell ourselves to justify inaction. The truth is, you have what it takes. You have the power within you to create the life you want, but you must fight for it. You need to make the decision right now that you're not going to settle for anything less than the future you deserve. You need to commit to taking the steps necessary to turn your dreams into reality. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be quick. There will be times when you doubt yourself, when things seem impossible, when you feel like you're too far behind. But that's when you need to dig deep and keep moving forward. It's in those moments that your strength is tested. It's in those moments that you either quit or push through. You have to make the decision every single day that you're not going to let anything or anyone stand in the way of your future. This is your life. Your future is your responsibility, and no one can take that away from you. You need to stop waiting for things to get better and start making things better. You need to stop waiting for the perfect opportunity and create the opportunity yourself. Standing up and fighting for your future means taking responsibility for your actions. It means taking control of your decisions. It means not blaming circumstances or other people for where you are right now. It means owning your life and your future. If you want something, you have to go out and get it. You can't sit back and hope that it will come to you. You have to create it. You have to make the decisions and take the actions that will make your dreams a reality. Fighting for your future means getting comfortable with discomfort. It means facing your fears head on, even when they scare you. It means pushing through the tough times, the challenges and the setbacks without giving up. You need to understand that growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. Growth happens when you step outside of it. It happens when you take risks, when you push yourself to do things that you've never done before. There's no room for hesitation anymore. No more waiting. No more procrastinating. It's time to act. It's time to stop letting fear and doubt control your decisions. It's time to stop letting distractions take away your focus. The future you want is right there in front of you, but you can only reach it by fighting for it. So stand up. Stand up and decide that you are in control of your destiny. Stand up and make the commitment to take action every day. Stand up and fight for the future that you know you deserve. Your dreams are waiting for you, but you must be the one to take the first step. You must be the one to take the fight to your future and refuse to back down until you have everything you want and more. Your future doesn't belong to anyone else. It belongs to you. Now is the time to fight for it. Stand up, take action, and start making your dreams come true. Your future is waiting, but only you can make it happen.